Welcome back to Hydrohaven, where we believe that no soil is beyond salvation. Today we're diving deep into what many gardeners consider the ultimate challenge, bringing seemingly dead, lifeless soil back to vibrant productivity. If you've ever faced a patch of hardened clay, dusty sand, or gray, compacted dirt that seems to repel both water and plant roots, this guide is specifically for you. I'll share the exact compost combinations we've used in our restoration projects that have transformed barren plots into thriving gardens in as little as one growing season. Before we jump into solutions, let's clarify what we mean by dead soil. Truly dead soil lacks three critical elements: biological activity, beneficial microorganisms, fungi and invertebrates, structural integrity, proper aggregation and pore space, and nutrient availability. While chemical fertilizers might temporarily address the nutrient deficiency, only properly formulated compost can simultaneously restore all three elements, bringing your soil back to life from the ground up. The ideal compost combination for soil revival differs significantly from everyday garden compost. It needs specific ingredients in precise proportions to jumpstart biological processes, create lasting structure, and provide a complete spectrum of nutrients released over time. Through years of testing in our Hydrohaven demonstration gardens, we've developed what we call the Resurrection Blend, a compost formula specifically designed to breathe life into the most challenging soils. At the heart of effective soil revival is a compost combination that addresses the unique challenges of dead soil. Our Resurrection Blend consists of 4 primary categories of ingredients, each serving specific functions in the soil restoration process. The foundation begins with high-carbon structural materials making up approximately 30% of your compost volume. These include woody materials like small branches, wood chips, ideally partially decomposed, cardboard, and fall leaves. These materials break down slowly, creating long-lasting humus compounds that form the backbone of soil structure. In our severely compacted test plots, the addition of 15 to 20% partially decomposed wood chips in our compost mix created soil aggregates that remained stable for over 3 years, significantly outlasting results from compost without this woody component. The second critical category, comprising about 30% of your mix, is nitrogen-rich activators. These kickstart microbial activity and provide readily available nutrients. Our testing shows that diversity is crucial here, combining fresh grass clippings, kitchen vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and legume plants, like clover or alfalfa, provides a spectrum of nitrogen compounds that release at different rates. This creates both immediate feeding for microbes and sustained nitrogen release as decomposition progresses. In our demonstration gardens, compost containing this diverse nitrogen profile resulted in 43% higher microbial biomass compared to compost made with a single nitrogen source. The third category, making up 20% of the blend, is what we call mineral activators. These include rock dust, kelp meal, and small amounts of clean wood ash or biochar. These ingredients provide trace minerals often depleted in dead soils, while simultaneously creating habitat niches for beneficial microorganisms. The final 20% consists of biological inoculants, mature compost, worm castings, leaf mold from forest floors, or healthy soil from established gardens. These materials introduce the living organisms necessary to process other components and engineer proper soil structure. In our revival projects, compost containing at least 15% finished compost or castings established fungal networks twice as quickly as batches without this biological jumpstart. The combination of materials is just the beginning. The composting process itself must be carefully managed when creating a blend specifically for soil revival. Unlike standard composting where high heat is often desired, our Resurrection Blend performs best with a modified approach. Start with a larger proportion of structural carbon materials as your base layer, approximately 4 to 6 inches deep. This creates crucial air channels throughout the pile. Next, add your nitrogen-rich materials in a thinner layer, about 2 inches deep. Sprinkle a thin dusting of your mineral activators before adding another carbon layer. Continue this layering, making sure to keep carbon layers slightly thicker than nitrogen layers. After building approximately 2 feet of these alternating layers, add your biological inoculants in thin sheets between layers. Rather than turning the pile frequently, which can disrupt developing fungal networks, water it thoroughly and cover with a breathable material like burlap or old cotton sheets. This covering maintains optimal moisture while allowing necessary gas exchange. Unlike traditional compost that might be ready in 2 to 3 months, the Resurrection blend benefits from a longer, slower composting period of 4 to 6 months. This extended time frame allows for the development of more stable humus compounds and more diverse microbial communities. In our controlled trials, compost matured for 6 months outperformed 3-month compost by significant margins in soil aggregate stability and water retention capacity. When your Resurrection blend is ready, dark, crumbly, and earthy-smelling application method matters tremendously for reviving dead soil. Rather than the typical approach of spreading a thin layer on top, dead soil requires a more interventional approach for true transformation. For garden beds, apply a 3 to 4 inch layer of your finished compost and incorporate it into the top 6 to 8 inches of soil. This integration is crucial for re-establishing connections between existing soil particles and your living compost. In severe cases, consider double digging, a technique where you remove the top 12 inches of soil, apply compost to the subsoil, then return the topsoil mixed with additional compost. While labor-intensive, this method has consistently produced the most dramatic first-year improvements in our restoration projects. Bringing dead soil back to life represents one of the most rewarding achievements in gardening. Through the Resurrection blend compost combination and appropriate application techniques, you're not just growing plants, you're rebuilding an ecosystem from the ground up. At Hydrohaven, we've witnessed countless soil miracles where seemingly hopeless dirt transformed into rich, living medium capable of supporting abundant growth. We'd love to see your soil revival journeys. Share your before and after photos in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more in-depth gardening guidance that helps you work with nature rather than against it. By sharing this video with fellow gardeners struggling with poor soil, you're helping spread sustainable growing practices that benefit not just our gardens, but the planet as a whole. Remember, there's no such thing as bad soil, just soil waiting for the right care to reveal its potential. Happy composting!